produced by J.O.
I got 80 on me. Got 80 on you. 80 books in the cannon. In the cannon. I got the 80 on me. Got the 80 on you. 80 books in the cannon. In the cannon. I got 80 on me. Got 80. 80 books in the cannon. In the cannon. 80 books in the cannon. 1611. 80 books in the cannon. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. 80 books in the cannon. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. 80 books in the cannon. 1611. 80 books in the cannon. In the cannon. There's 80 books in the cannon. In the cannon. There's 80 books in the cannon. In the cannon. There's 80 books in the cannon. I got 80 on 1611. 80 books in the can. 1611. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. I got the 80 on 1611. 80 books in the can. 1611. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. 80 books in the cannon. Let's get it. I got the 80 on 1611. Got 80 in the can. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. I got 80 in the can. 1611. I got the 80 on. Got the 80 on. I got 80 in the can. 80 in the can. Got the KJV. KJV. 1611. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. Got an 80 in the can. In the cannon. I got 80 on. Got 80 on. There's 80 books in the can. In the cannon. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611.
Shalom, people. Water for logging in with here at the Light of Zion. Wisdom, as you know, we got 80 in the cannon. 80 in the cannon. What that song is talking about, 80 in the cannon, that's by one of the captains, Captain Marshall, down there in Highlands County. He got that song, you feel me? I'm about to throw the lyrics on here next time we come through so you understand what he's talking about. We got the 80 on me. That's 80 books in the cannon. You should understand. It's a metaphor of dealing with, can I say it? People talk about their guns. We talk about these scriptures. And the Most High is going to hit you. Ain't nothing powerful than a two-edged sword. And that's the word of the Most High. Again, the water for everybody logging in with us here at the Light of Zion. I'm Captain Shamshawan. I got with me
Officer Asher.
We about to dive into these scriptures tonight. We about to break down just a tidbit, because there is a lot of information just to go into the Hebrew alphabet. I pretty much gave it away when I say the ABCs of the scriptures, Psalms 119. A lot of people don't understand that in Psalms 119, we have the Hebrew alphabet there. Some people never even noticed it. We go through these scriptures and especially read Psalms 119 and 9, Psalms 119, 142. There's a couple of scriptures we touch on, Psalms 119, 107, that we touch on in this scripture, but not realizing we got a Hebrew alphabet there. So why is it there? Why did the Most High seem fit to put his alphabet in the midst of the scriptures? Mind you, Psalms 119. I told you this today. Let me see. Can I do it? No. See that? Psalms 119 is the longest chapter in the Bible. I was going to hold this one up, but it's somewhat falling apart, so I ain't even going to try to hold it up like that. Psalms 119 is damn near in the middle of the book. If not right there, it's close. So, but let's go ahead and get started with Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
There's a book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
Come.
Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Other One, Yahushua, giving thanks to the Other One and the Father by him.
So whatever we're going to do in our words and our deeds, we always going to give thanks to the power that's in heaven in the name of a Mashiach Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So without further delay, let's dive right into it. Let me get Psalms 119.
Okay. There's a book of Psalms, chapter 119.
Say the alphabet before you do it too.
At verse 1.
So,
Aleph.
Aleph, but we're going to say it in the ancient which is the Ah. AH, if you want to spell it out. This also representation of the ox, the strength, the beginning. And read that scripture for me, King.
Come. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Most High.
So we call this the ABCs of the scriptures, and that's one of the chief things. The beginning part is blessed are the undefiled in the way. One of the first things we have to understand is that we have to be undefiled to walk in the way. And on top of it, we have to walk in the laws of the Most High. If you look in some Bibles and even in some Bible apps, they call this the excellence of the Most High's laws, not realizing that, yes, the Most High laws are that powerful. Read the next one. Jump down real quick as I'm about to bring it out. Verse 9 for me. Because not knowing, this is the second part. How do we handle it? How does a young man cleanse his ways? How do we change ourselves? Read that for me real quick.
Come, Beth or
Bob.
How can a young man cleanse his way by taking heed? How can a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed according to your word.
And that's how a young man should cleanse his ways, by taking heed to the words of the Most High. Do this for me. Just jump back up to verse 2 for me.
Come, verse 2. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with the whole heart.
Pause for me.
Yeah, this Bible's written different.
I want to see what this is. Because I'm looking at mine. See that? Remember what I was telling you before?
Yeah.
Hold that there for me.
The
registry. This don't say what it is. Hold on, family. Because I gave him a real old Bible to read from. I see which one?
The NKJ.
Oh, that's why I was reading like that.
So I'll just go to
go to yours and just well, I got it in mind too. I'll tell you which one is the alphabet before we start. All right, family, we got it right. Because I'm actually reading it. I'm like, hold on, man. Something don't sound right. Something don't sound right as you reading it. But and this is another thing that when it comes to the Hebrew alphabet, a lot of other alphabets followed suit when it came to the Hebrew alphabet. One of the most known ones, I'll say, Russian came from Hebrew. Latin came from Hebrew, and also the Greek. Now, if anybody ever been in a fraternity, you should understand it. Even, darn it, I don't even got it. Let me see if I can find it.
Gamma, Alpha, Omegas.
Yeah. But mind you,
Thetas, Phis. What else?
I read it down. But you gotta understand, when it's a fraternity, they teach you the Greek alphabet. I did pledge a long time ago, not realizing how ignorant that was up there. But when you look at it, slot fam, because I'm typing it up, seeing if I can pull it up. Oh, God darn it. So I can show it as well. How the similarities alphabet. Let's see if it pop up for me. Okay. All right, fam, I'm about to share my screen real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. There you go. So this is what I'm talking about. When you got the Hebrew and the Greek side by side, we got the Aleph. They say Alpha, but in the ancient is Abba Gadaha, as you see it going down here. The A, the Ba, the Ga, the Dal on the Hebrew side. And when you go to the Greek side, you got the Alpha, the Beta, Gamma, Delta. Those are lining up. The exact same four is lining up. Even when you get down towards the La, the Ma, the Na, how the letters are falling. Well, Ka first, the C, K, KLMN. Same thing goes on the Greek side. You got the K, the L, the M, and the N. So everything is always set up in a certain order. And this is how it comes right back to the Hebrew. The Hebrew was the originator, I should say. The Most High is always going to be the originator of these things. So we got to understand when we breaking certain things down, And we about to break down when it comes to the Most High. Understand the Most High started everything. The Most High got the original swag. But let's jump back into the scriptures real quick. Read 1 and 2 for me and jump down to 9 and 10. Read the A first. Verse 1 and verse 2.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 1. Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart.
That's the first step you got to deal with when you come into the Most High. The second step is what? Give me verse 9 and 10.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way?
Yep.
By taking heed thereunto according to thy word.
We got to take heed according to the word. Read verse 10 for me.
Come, with my whole heart have I sought thee.
Uh-huh.
Oh, let me not wander from thy commandments.
We cannot wander from the commandments of the Most High. On our daily walk, as we walk through this life, we got to stay within these commandments. Jump down to verse 17 and 18 for me. The God, the third principle in a sense of the scriptures. 17 to verse 18.
Come.
Mm-hmm. What you doing?
Oh.
You read it there? 17 and 18.
Oh, 17, 18, come.
Yeah.
Deal bountifully with thy servant that I may live and keep thy word.
And that's one of the third things. We want the Most High to deal with us according to his word. Now, that's a tough statement because we got to understand, if we're going off, punish us. Do we want to be punished?
Hey, man, if I'm getting chastised by the Most High, that means he still loves me. So I say, yeah.
Yeah.
If I do wrong, like, yeah, I want grace, but
exactly.
If I keep doing wrong and there's no correction by the Most High, something's off.
So I'm gonna be off.
Something's off.
So hence, deal with us according to thy word,
right.
Most High.
Right.
Verse 18.
Verse 18. Open thou mine eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law.
Out of what?
Out of thy law.
Now, some of the laws demonstrate that if let's do this, this must happen. Hopefully, we don't get caught up in the one that can put us to death.
Yeah, right.
You feel me?
Right.
But we are in a time of the grace of the Most High. So we do have a chance. If a righteous man falls 7 times, what do? He gets back up.
Right.
So that's what we always got to do. Get back up on that horse, man. Let me get Delta or Da. Verse 25 and verse 26.
Verse 25.
Uh-huh.
My soul cleaveth unto the dust.
Pause right there. My soul cleaveth unto the dust. The Most High done told us we done made a covenant with death. What is the dust our soul want to cleave to that for? Romans 7. Oh, slap. Romans 7 and 12, I believe. Paul talks about how Salat, family, Salat. I got thrown off for a minute. Salat. But Romans 7 talk about it. There also Paul. Says, want that correction from the Most High. But Paul talks about how the things I would not, that I do. The things that I do want to do, that I not. So how can I do that which I would not, that I would do, what I would not do, that I not? In a sense, I'm paraphrasing, but you understand Paul can talk in riddles on you and have you lost a little bit.
How
your head. Yep.
Hit you with the okie doke.
But at the end of the day, we understand that our flesh is made to sin. We don't have to sin, but that's the taking the work out of it. When I say that, meaning the Most High wrote everything down for us what we should do. If we follow what he said do, we can't go wrong. Then all we can do at the end of it, well, Most High, you told me to do this. If it was wrong, thou hast showed me to do this. You take yourself out the equation. Finish that off in 25, read 26.
My soul cleaveth unto dust. Quicken thou me according to thy word.
Do what?
Quicken thou me according to thy word.
Correct me according to thy word. Make me straight according to thy word. Keep going. Verse 26.
Verse 26. I have declared my ways, and thou heardest me. Teach me thy statutes.
That's the ways we want to declare. We want to be taught the statutes of the Most High. Read the next one for me too.
Come, make me to understand the way of thy precepts.
That's what we all should want. But in this day and age, in this society, we don't go by that. We go by what we want to do and how we feel, because it's a YOLO life. Jump back for me. Abba God Da. We just read Da. Let's get the Ha now. The fifth letter, verse 33 and 34 for me.
Come, verse 33. Teach me, O Most High, the way of thy statutes.
And it's going to, now mind you, Psalms 119 is repetitive, as you see. Each letter is keep going back, talking about, teach me the way of thy statutes. Teach me thy law. Quicken me. Make me right in thy eyes. Keep reading for me.
Come. Teach me, O Most High, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end.
Yep.
Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy law.
Yep.
Yea, I shall observe it with my whole heart.
Keep going.
Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight.
Now, it says something. Make me to go in the path of thy commandments. What comes to mind when we say that? We're asking the Most High, make my paths go in the way of his commandments. What comes to mind? What comes to mind? You know what comes to mind?
Righteousness.
I believe it's in Proverbs, dealing with the king. How should a man understand his way? You know what I'm talking about? Proverbs 20 and 24. So we can grab that precept real quick, so we can understand why it's even saying that right there in verse 35. Make me to go in the paths of thy commandments. Why are you asking the Most High to make your path go in the way of the commandments? Why do we ask that?
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24.
Con, your footsteps. Con, sis. That's your footsteps.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Most High.
The what?
Man's goings are of the Most High.
So if the man's goings are of the Most High, guess what thing you want to ask the Most High?
Keep you down in the right path.
Most High, make my steps to go in the way of the commandments.
All right.
These are things we could pray for. Everybody want to pray for the Lambo, the Gucci, the Louis, the Vuitton, the Hakatui,
The
material things of life.
And the spiritual things and
You feel me?
righteous things.
Now we try to pray for our wife or our husband. That's one of the prayers we could pray for our wife or our husband. Make them stay in the paths of thy commandments. In turn, with staying in the paths of the commandments, guess what happened in the household? The household is righteous now.
Right.
The turmoil is down. You feel me? Keep going in that in Proverbs.
Man's goings are of the Most High.
Con.
How can a man then understand his own way?
How can you then understand your con? See, me. How can a man understand his own way? We do things not realizing we do stuff, and the Most High will give us the rope to hang ourselves. You can drop it. Go back to Psalms for me. In your book, Psalms. He was holding it.
Okay.
Read 35 again for me.
Verse 35.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 35.
Okay.
Make me to go in the path of thy commandments, for therein do I delight.
Yep. Read the next one.
Incline my heart unto thy testimonies, and not to covetousness.
Have your
Covetousness, like.
son. Make your heart be unto the testimonies. What are the testimonies? What are the testimonies? The testimonies is the scripture.
Right.
You feel me? Not what was the word? The Gospels, yeah. The Gospels, the testimonies, the everything dealing with these scriptures. To hear the stories, because these are testimonials.
Right.
When you read about David, guess what you understanding? How not to do certain things and how to do certain things.
Right.
They say David was a friend of the Most High, but you can't build my temple because you got bloody hands. Why? The man, he was a man of war. He also did something treacherous. You feel me?
True, very true, man.
But at the end of the day, the Most High he's still one of the famous men of Israel. How can you get away from that?
Right.
That same thing goes into how they try to do the one elder. You feel me? All of us goes off at a point in time. But all the work I done did, make it come or not. Because we done put our work in, we put our fruit in.
Right.
He'll make you run the race. At the end, you might fail, but guess who is on at the end of the day? It's not on me to say. It's up to the Most High to say.
Right.
Somebody might say David ain't going to be in the kingdom. Can you say that? Because David stole somebody.
David did some things that we not doing. Most people ain't doing on a day-to-day basis.
You feel me?
I'm just saying.
Let's get that. Let's see what that say. Hebrews. Let me see. You got it?
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will, O Most High.
Now that's a Mashiach Yahushua. He come in the volume of the book. Just like the disciples had to leave it all behind to follow after Mashiach for righteousness' sake. Come.
Put their hand to the plow, man.
Yeah. That's what we all got to do, put our hand to the plow. The men and the women. True indeed, the men go out there and teach, but guess what? The women got a place to teach as well.
The children and other women.
The children and other women. Nothing wrong with that. That's a good place to have. You in comfort. If the comfort is there, you feel me?
Yeah.
But and this truth can be uncomfortable. This truth can make you uncomfortable. But guess what? We have to stay in that race. Jump back to Psalms 119. Oh, you already there?
Yeah. Where we at?
Because
I don't have the alphabets in my.
I know. $37. We're going through all the ha.
Verse 37. Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way.
Wait, read verse 37 again.
Verse 37. Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity.
What is vanity?
Everything.
Pretty much everything is vanity.
Everything.
How do we know everything is vanity? How do we know this? When we go to Ecclesiastes,
right?
Not Ecclesiasticus, but Ecclesiastes. What's the name told us? Everything is vanity. Now, sis say sin, but let's just jump to Ecclesiastes real quick. Let's just jump to there quick.
Shoot, everything is vanity, dog. Ecclesiastes
1 and 1. Read 1 and 2 for me.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 1.
The
words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem.
Now, this was a wise man. Obviously, he knows what vanity is. Let's keep going.
Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher. Vanity of vanities. All is vanity.
Keep going.
What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun?
Go ahead.
One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
That's it. That's how we know. You come, you go, generation after generation. You're going to keep coming and going. But hold on. Don't turn away now. I'll try to get to it. Verse 8.
Good. Verse 8. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it.
Everything you do got labor behind it. The water move, that's labor. The sun, everything got labor in it. But keep reading.
The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
Even us, we're not a new thing under this sun. There's nothing new. Nothing. We're not new. We might think we're new here, but we them same spirits back again.
And that's a good point about even like, because like there's no new thing under the sun. Even scriptures even talk about, about being LGBTQ, even in ancient times. Like think about this.
Yeah,
it was written in ancient times, and it's still happening today.
Yeah, there's nothing new.
Nothing new under the sun.
You had what it was called, what that thing called? I want to say Gallica.
What?
The group orgies of that's what it is.
I think
Gallica.
So I'm not sure, but I know the history of the Trojan horse wars. How they entered into the city. That's what the city was doing before the Trojans came in with that horse. I know that.
I don't even want to talk about that nonsense. Forget that. We're dealing with the Most High right now. But again, there's nothing new under the sun, no matter what we do. But all is vanity. Let's jump back. I was going to get into something else in that, but I ain't going to go that deep into it.
Next verse.
Psalms 119. Read the next verse. Going down to Psalms 119. I think you should be at 37 or 38.
Verse 37. Turn away mine eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken thou me in thy way.
Mm-hmm.
Establish thy word unto thy servant, who's devoted to thy fear.
Who's what?
Who's devoted to thy fear.
And that's one thing. We got to devote ourselves to the fear of the Most High. Keep going.
Turn away my reproach, which I fear, for thy judgments are good.
Yep.
Behold,
wait, his what?
For thy judgments are good.
The judgments of the Most High are good. Because again, it is to correct us at the end of the day. Keep going.
Behold, I have longed after thy precepts. Quicken me in thy righteousness. Let the mercies come also unto me.
Hold on, we jumping into another letter right now. That they got involved, but it's really the Wa. The W-A, the Wa. Let's get it. 41.
Let thy mercies come also unto me, O Most High, even thy salvation according to thy word.
I'm going to just say this, touch on this real quick. So the alphabet that's written of in Psalms 119, Abba, Gada, Hawa. Now they got it in the modern. This is the modern here. So when people talk about, when they hear the so-called Jewish man speak, he's speaking Yiddish. He's not speaking Yiddish. He is literally speaking modern Hebrew. Now he done mixed some Yiddish in the midst of his words, but you have to have the ear to pick it out. If you ever hear him say schmuck, that's Yiddish. What's the other word they like to say? Darn it. It leaves me. It's a couple of words they'll say in the midst of them talking that you can pick out. That's a Yiddish word. That's not modern Hebrew. Huh? Tookish? We'll go with Tookish. Because they do say that every now and then.
Oh, no, is it Bupkis? Oh, I'm sure.
Bupkis?
Bupkis.
Bupkis? I don't know about that word. I'm trying to remember because I used to work with a Jewish dude. He used to always say certain words, and I'm looking at him like, the hell? Now, this before I understood what the truth was. We used to go back and forth on his holy cause versus our holy cause. I always understood that my people died too. You talk about how your people died, my people died more than yours. Oh, shut up, Tyson, this and that. And we'll go back and forth with each other. But all in all, he still gave me money. I come out and do work for him. He broke me off, so I can't say too much. But he's going to get his at the end of the day. But they speak modern Hebrew. We got a brother that comes here named Judah Moray. Matter of fact, I'm going to give him a quick plug. Give him a quick plug. Sure. What is it? How you spell it? Sure.
Yeah, I think there's a Y in it.
It's a Y.
I think so.
If anybody know, that's it. There you go. I'm gonna play this real quick, family. I'm gonna give a shout out to my brother, And this is one of the brothers that come to this school, and I suggest everybody check his page out. Yep, this is it. This is it. Give my brother a plug as we dive into the Hebrew. I'm about to share my screen. Share my screen real quick. Open it up. Y'all tell me this is what the Hebrew alphabet is in the modern. The brother came out with a song and it's beautiful. Let's get it.
Shalom Yaladim. Do you like to sing and learn? Eva's going to sing, then we'll all just take a turn. Aleph, bet, aleph, bet, aleph, bet. Okay, let's go.
Aleph, bet, bet.
Aleph, bet, bet.
Gimel, Daled, Hey.
Gimel, Daled, Hey.
Wav, Zayin, Het, Tet.
Wav, Zayin, Het, Tet.
Yud, Kaf, Ha.
Yud, Kaf, Ha.
Lamed, Mem, Nun.
Lamed, Mem, Nun.
Sameth, Ayin, Pei, Pei.
Sameth, Ayin, Pei, Pei.
Sadi, Kufresh.
Sadi, Kufresh.
Shin, Sin, Tav. Aleph, bet, bet. Gimel, Daled, Hey.
Hey, as this going on, I know y'all hear the rhythm to them words again. They got Coco Melon. They got Gracie's Corner. But you know what we got? We got the Shivani Show. God darn it. The Shivani Show. I'm about to let me minimize it. Let me click on their thing so y'all can subscribe. Pause that. Subscribe to that channel. Learn your Hebrew. For those that even plan on taking a trip over to Israel, ain't nothing wrong with knowing how to say, can you speak English? Navi Iglit. Speak a little English? Navi Iglit? Yeah.
I think it's Iglit. Not Iglit.
No, English.
It's Iglit.
Whatever, man. Iglit. They understand when you said I speak with a list. I speak in certain tongues.
And it will also look really good if you learn the Hebrew, because now if you're looking for a job or applying for a new job, you can say that you're bilingual. That'll look really good.
How about
if you're bilingual?
Because we say we Hebrews, we say we Israel, but we don't speak no Hebrew. How does that work? So again, hit the brother up. He got a book. It's like a little learning book for adults and for kids. Hit him up. Try to get that book so you can also get into your alphabet. Alphabet. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all we can say about that. But check the brother out. Good brother. Let's get it, man. Let's get back into it. Let me get verse 41 again. And we're going to dive into the wall. What I'm saying is the ancient. I know the ancient more than I understand the modern, but the words are still written right there. But go ahead for me.
Verse 41.
Let
thy mercies come also unto me, almost high.
Yep.
Even thy salvation according to thy word.
Even thy what?
Salah.
You said it right.
Even thy salvation according to thy word.
Who is salvation for? The salvation is for Israel at the end of the day. But you ought to get it? Yeah. Go ahead, get it. You ought to get that real quick. Cuts. That's another word, sis. She put another word out there. That's a Yiddish word. Putz. There you go. What I said putz already? Putz? No, I said schmuck.
Kaputz.
Schmuck. Schmuck is another Yiddish word. But go ahead. Read the precept you got.
Oh, I had Romans 9 and 4. Who are Israelites? This is the book of Romans chapter 9 verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption,
yep,
and the glory,
yep,
and the covenants,
mm-hmm,
and the giving of the law, and the service of God, and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of concerning the flesh came, who is overall most high blessed forever among.
Read that again, man. It sounded funky how you was reading
Oh,
it.
Salah. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption
Okay, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption? Keep going.
and the glory
And the glory
and the covenants
and the covenants
and the giving of the law
and the giving of the law
and the service of the Most High
and the service of the Most High. All
And-
these things was for Israel. Keep going.
and the promises.
And the promises, all the promises written of is for the children of Israel. Keep going.
Con. Whose are the fathers, of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came, who is over all, the Most High blessed forever among.
That's what you missed before. Christ came. That's what you had missed. That's why I like it didn't sound right. Jump back to Psalms for me. And I read verse 42.
Verse 42.
Uh-huh.
And take not the word
Verse
of,
42.
this is the book of Psalms, chapter 119 and verse 42.
Uh-huh.
So shall I have wherewith to answer him that reproacheth me.
And this is how we're going to have the answers to answer anybody that try to reproach us, who try to come against us, with the words of the Most High. That's why we ask for the understanding, ask for the knowledge, the wherewithal on how to handle things. Keep going.
For I trust in thy word,
Yep.
and take not the word of the truth utterly out of my mouth.
And that's what we don't want. We don't want to start going back into Christianity and saying God loves everybody. For truly, Jesus has come and he came for everyone. We're not speaking the truth no more. You don't have to keep the commandments no more. And let's fry up some pork chops and let's go eat some ribs. I know a nice rib joint down the street. Let's get some rib tips. We don't want that truth to come out of our mouths. Keep going.
And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth.
Yep.
For I have hoped in thy judgment.
You did what?
For I hope in thy judgment.
Keep going.
So shall I keep the law continually forever and ever.
So the laws are always going to be here. Christ came and gone, the laws are here. When Christ comes back, guess what we doing? We keeping the laws forever and ever. Keep going.
And I will walk at liberty, for I seek thy precepts.
Uh-huh.
I will speak of thy testimonies also before kings,
Mm-hmm.
and will not be ashamed. And I will delight myself in thy commandments, which I have loved.
Yep.
My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved, and I will meditate in thy statutes.
Now this is about to dive into Zah right now, verse 49. Keep going.
Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope.
Uh-huh.
This is my comfort.
Yep.
Salah. My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved, and I will meditate in thy statutes. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope.
Mm-hmm.
This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me.
Pause right there for me. We're going to jump down to the car, verse 57.
Verse 57.
Mm-hmm.
Thou art my portion, O Most High.
Yep.
I have said that I would keep thy word.
Pause right there for me. Now, every letter in the Hebrew alphabet means something. Every one of them. I wish I had my book on it so I could have went back to the, how I want to say the word. Not pictogram. Is it pictogram? Not pentagram, but it's like a picture. The Hebrew alphabet is literally written with a picture at first. Let me see if I can find that real quick. See if I can find it. See if I can find the images. It was written with animals, symbols. Bam. There we go. The best one right there. Wish I could blow this up, and I can't blow it up, family. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me close these out. I'm gonna try to put together a better presentation. Oh man, I done lost it. Oh, there you go. Now, when you look at these Hebrew alphabet, if you look at the it start with a cow head. Cow head dealing with leadership, strength. Now, mind you, how you say father in Hebrew?
Abba.
Abba. Ah and the ba. The ah is the head. Ba is the dang, I can't even see this. This thing's so small. Can't make it bigger. Family. That's what the ba is, the family. He's the head of the family. Ma. What is the ma? Damn, I'm trying to see where it's at. Mighty, the blood. I'm gonna just go with water. I ain't gonna say chaos. I ain't gonna say the chaos, you feel me? But it is what it is. Alma. Now, mind you, how we said these words, it all meant something. And that's why even each letter that's in the Psalms 119. I already said it. Let me ask you a quick question. You was watching on your way here?
Oh, no.
No?
I was trying to hurry up.
Let me ask you this. I think I probably spoiled it already because I don't know if you just heard me. The Hebrew alphabet, can you find it in the Bible?
Yeah, I want to say yeah. I'm trying to figure out what verse.
Well, you see the letters written down for you where you can see it at.
I want to say yeah. We wouldn't have it like in the index and nothing like that. You talking about like in scriptures?
In scriptures.
In scriptures.
In scriptures.
Yeah, I think I read it. Was it?
What you turn to right now? What you turn to at in your scriptures right now? I'm saying, look in your Bible. Where you turn that right now?
Oh, Daniel.
Turn on Psalms 119. I want to see if it's in your scriptures.
Okay.
But you see how he presented it? That's all he had to do. Yeah, I'm still picking on you. Nothing. I ain't say nothing. When you look at verse 1, what you see?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
You ever noticed that before?
I noticed that, but is that the Assyrian Hebrew?
No, that's just modern Hebrew.
Okay. I'm thinking ancient Hebrew. I'm thinking you said
Like Abba, God.
Yeah, Abba,
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay.
No, but all it is modern.
It's modern Hebrew. Okay.
Because mind you,
okay, yeah.
now go to verse 9.
Verse 9. Okay.
And you see the second letter there?
Yeah.
And all it is modern Hebrew.
Okay. I you know what? I've seen it, but I didn't recognize it in that particular order.
Do it show the alphabet there, the modern letter?
Yeah, it shows the modern letter. Yep.
No, I'm saying not the word, but the
the marking.
Yeah. So mind you, we read over it and we see it, but our mind don't even grasp. Like, why is the Hebrew alphabet written in the Bible? Why?
That's true. I didn't know.
In the longest chapter in the Bible. That's the longest chapter right there, Psalms 119. So that's why we going over the ABCs of the scriptures. The reason I'm calling it ABCs because we got the alphabet right here with us. It should make us want to dive more into what do these letters mean. I used to have a whole breakdown and all that other stuff, but I done lost all that paperwork. You feel me? Because when I first came in, when I was first coming into the truth, the understanding of who I was peeping all this. I'm looking everywhere, getting all types of information. You feel me? Writing it down, putting it together. Damn, I'm an Israelite. But I was still leaning in Christianity in a sense. But I understood that, wait a minute, scriptures are saying a lot of stuff that this pastor is not talking about. But I would still rather listen to that versus, because I listen to the Moody Bible Institute. I'll listen to what's the other station on the radio?
I don't know the gospel
station.
Yeah,
See,
I couldn't stand. For some reason, even when I was in the truth, gospel music always had this.
It ain't gospel music though. That's what I'm saying.
It hurt my spirit. Every time I heard it, it really hurt my spirit. I thought I had a demon on me because I couldn't stand hearing gospel music.
See, you did have a demon on you. Again, like we said before, there is nothing wrong with gospel music. Certain songs, I'll say that. Certain songs ain't nothing wrong with it. Because one of the things we're supposed to do to the Most High is what?
Sing.
Sing praise
But
unto
it
his
shouldn't
name.
be. I don't think it should always be in a feminine tone. I think that's
If feminine women are singing it, what you think it should
I'm
be
talking
in?
about some of them brothers that be singing. We
Oh,
always
yeah, like-
they no. How about let me rephrase that? They sing in a sad manner, like "Woe is me," rather than singing with happiness.
You know what I think that is? I think they be trying to cast spells on the congregation.
I think so
Like,
too.
With their feminines, like.
But see, I'm gonna have to disagree with both of y'all because I went to church. You feel me? I done heard a wide variety of songs. That same song that they made into the Thanksgiving things, beans, greens, potatoes. That wasn't no, oh, well, it's me. That was old Shirley Caesar gets down.
Yeah.
Some of the songs can be, woe is me. But when you are a person that's supposed to be in sackcloth, what is it supposed to be? You're supposed to be in a woe is me type state. When you look out at your people, what kind of state you supposed to be in? You're supposed to be mad, upset, and a woe is me. Like, damn, look at my people. That's a sad thing to see. So there's like as we already went over it. Well, we ain't go over it. There's a time and a place for everything. BB and CC Winans. I should try to find that clip. It's a clip that Oprah Winfrey did at some, and I don't know how I be coming across these clips, man. But it happened a while ago. They had some retreat somewhere, and they had these gospel singers at this retreat. You know, Oprah Winfrey going to bring everybody out. You feel me? They having a brunch. It was a women's retreat or something like that. But they had CC Winans, the man, doing a little singing at the end. And Oprah Winfrey said, man, try to get everybody involved. So they start passing the mic around. I forget the girl, the one lady named Adam, she was singing. Gladys Knight she sung a little bit, and then here come Patti LaBelle at the end and took it over. Shirley Caesar sung, she had a good part, but when Patti LaBelle took the mic, oh my goodness. But our people, Romans, you should know what I want. I'm gonna see if he can find it. As we talking, I'm gonna see if you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, what did you want? My bad.
It's in Romans. According to we
People have a zeal for Most High, but not according to.
that's all that is. We have a zeal. We are the most worshiping people on this globe, but we don't do it according to knowledge because we wasn't fed the truth of the scriptures. That's why I said, don't let this truth come out of my mouth. I mean, to leave my mouth. No, put that down. 10, man. You gotta make me pick mine up. 10-1. What 10-1 is?
Rather, my heart desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved.
Where's the next verse?
For I bear them record that. Let me reread that.
Yeah.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 10, and verse 1.
Come.
Brethren, my heart's desire, the prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal for the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
Pause right there. That knowledge is the truth. You feel me? That's the truth of the scriptures. Psalms 119 talked about, don't let this truth leave my mouth. Don't let me forget about it. Don't let me stop talking about this truth. We have stopped talking about it. Why? Because we done left our natural estate. We done lost who we are. When they in there singing, they singing as African Americans and not Israelites. You feel me? We are one of the few congregations at the end of service, we sing up the praises to the Most High. But because we're mostly men in here, we singing soldier songs. What's some of them songs we sing? You feel me? Sing one. No. No.
Dang, you put me on the spot.
Yeah, put you on the spot.
I forgot how it goes.
When I get to heaven,
there we go. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking
people
about.
gonna say,
How'd you earn your living?
how'd you earn your way? I reply.
with
See,
a
this is,
little bit of
but that's
anger.
more of a, you feel me? But there are some gospel songs that we would be able to sing in here, but again, we're not singers, so it ain't gonna come across right for us. There ain't no bottles in there. Give me a bottle of water, please, sir. There are some gospel songs that we can sing. Do I know them off the top of my head? No. Well, one I played before, I don't know if you was here when I played that one by the family. He won it all. It was a couple of weeks ago. St. John 17-17. Grab that one for me. Let's see what that say. So again, what did it say? Read that for me. 17
It's
to
the book
17.
of John, chapter 17, verse 17.
Come.
Sanctify them through thy truth.
Mm-hmm.
Thy word is truth.
Come. Don't let this depart from us. Don't be having us talking about stuff that's not even in the scripture. Oh my goodness.
So, what?
Nothing. Let's get back to Psalms. Let's dive down some more. Damn, I done slid up. You done read Cobb leave. We're going to jump to verse 65. The ta, the ta, but it says fa. Or I can't even pronounce that Hebrew word.
65.
Yeah, 65 though.
Come, thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Most High, according unto thy word.
Yep.
Teach me good judgment and knowledge.
Do what?
Teach me good judgment and knowledge.
Yep.
For I have believed thy commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was afflicted, I went astray.
Pause. Before I was afflicted, so I went astray. When you was afflicted, you didn't understand nothing.
Lost in the sauce.
You went astray. You don't know what you're doing. You just out and about, blah, blah. And this is, I believe, I don't even know who put this one together because it don't say. It sounds like something David would do. I'm just guessing. This sounds like something David would write and put together. You feel me? Keep going. Verse 67.
Verse 67. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy word.
Yep.
Thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. The proud have forged a lie against me. But I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart.
Pause right there. We're going to jump down to verse 73. 73 should be the Yah, Y-A, but they got it as the G-O-D, the Jah. I can't even pronounce it. Don't have me try and pronounce it, but it's the Yah. Read that for me.
Come. Verse 73. Thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn thy commandments.
Pause right there. Now the Yah, if you was to put it down, now I'm gonna say something is gonna be wild, all right? You ever looked at the word for the Most High name, right? You ever saw it before? You saw it before, right? Now, if you take these letters and arrange it a certain way, you ever saw that? Where it forms a man?
No.
You never saw that? Now, mind you, I again, when I was coming in, I was everywhere doing all kind of research and all kind of things. Let me see if I can find it.
You said it formed a man?
Yep. But sure if I can find the image, y'all gonna be like, ain't this a bleep? Yep, there you go. There. You see it, right?
What the heck, bro?
You see it, right?
How? What in the Nebuchadnezzar? How is this possible, bro?
You see it though, right? Am I tripping?
No, I see it.
Am I tripping? Now, family, y'all gonna laugh at me, but again, is that something? Is that something I'll be coming across? Is that something I'll be coming across? Boom. Now, family, can y'all see this? I hope y'all can see this. This is the name of the Most High, but if you are, and it's in the same order now, it ain't out of order. The Yah at the top, the head, this is what forms everything, the mind, you feel me? The arms, the body, and the legs. It literally forms a man. Am I tripping?
Nope.
Again, I was over doing everything, man, looking at all kind of stuff. And I came across this image and I was like, wow. Wow. You see it on your phone?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it.
Just go to the
Go
YouTube.
go to the YouTube page real quick. I'm gonna have it up there for me.
Oh, okay.
Go to our YouTube page real quick and just look at the live stream and you'll see it. But family, again, going into this information, again, we just diving into these letters. And again, this class is the classes I do is to provoke you to think, go do more research, get your mind to go really dive into these scriptures. We do a lot of stuff throughout the day with our time, but how much time do we really spend with the Most High, understanding what He has for us? Of course, everything is going to be for sale. You ask, why is it for sale? Because everything's for sale on the internet. Would I buy that? No, I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy it because, again, I wouldn't buy it. Could you put it on a shirt and sell it? Maybe. People would buy it. Again, because Christians will buy anything. And they think they're doing it for the Most High
As
God.
long as it looks like it's part of the Bible, I'm getting that.
Yep.
Let me get that.
Yep. You
I
feel
don't
me?
know what it means. I don't know what it say.
But it
I'ma
looks
get
funky.
that. Right.
People get tattoos of the Bible and the words they see. Life and death.
don't even understand the precept, but they got it written down on the side of their read.
You feel me?
Like, no,
People do the wildest
because he
things.
talking about judgment. He don't even know it. He don't even know he got it written on the side of his
He
read.
does judge himself.
Right. Just
But again, man, let's dive back. Let's get some more in before we exit the class. Oh, come on, open up for me. You know where you stopped off at? Read 73 again.
Verse 73. Thy hands have made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding that I may learn
Yes.
Thy hands have made me and fashioned me.
Mm-hmm.
Give me understanding that I may learn thy commandments.
Yep. Read the next one for me.
They that fear thee will be glad when they see me, because I have hope in thy word.
Now, and that's a powerful thing. For them to see you, that hope, if people know you hoping in the word of the Most High, and people see you and they can be glad for that. That's if these people are walking in the same light you're walking in.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say that. You already hit it on the head.
Yeah, they have to be walking in that same light because, mind you, you got people out there that want to pray for your downfall. Look, you believe in your God, and look at you now. We jump down to 81 for me.
Come on, verse 81.
This is the K-A, Ka.
My soul fainteth for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word.
Mhm.
Mine eyes fail for thy word, saying, when wilt thou comfort me?
That's how your eyes can become failed because we waiting for the Most High to come back.
Oh man,
You feel me?
I definitely understand what you're saying.
Now, and I'm gonna say this as well because we touched on it last night at the Bring It Out show. We got the brother Arya. You feel me? Arya. They say the brother was going off, dealing with towards the end of his life.
Right.
You feel me? Saying dealing with as the minister said, the discomforter. But you gotta understand, this man was born into the truth. He was a second generation.
Oh damn.
You feel me? So imagine being a second generation and you 82 years old. Or you made it to 70. So you done lived 70 years of following the Most High.
Right. Walking down the narrow path.
You feel me? And the people that you're teaching the word to, they done been out and experienced what this world had to have. But you really ain't touched on it. I can't speak what he did throughout his life. You feel me? I don't know if he had any slips or falls along the way.
He wasn't.
I wasn't there.
Witnesses
The witness that.
of his life. Right.
Well, all I can do is think about the hope that he had. And to get towards the end, you're like, dang, man, when is he going to come?
Because
I'm ready to be comforted with this.
Right. You think in your whole life that in my lifetime, the Lord might come.
And
There's
you-
a chance. There's a possible chance.
So, but read that again, verse 82.
Come, verse 82.
Uh-huh.
Mine eyes failed for thy word, saying, when wilt thou comfort me?
That's why he probably created the comforter. I'm just saying, I don't know. His eyes done failed him, and He needed some comfort. Well, the best thing to do is to create the comfort. I don't know. You feel? I'm just talking. I'm just theorizing. I'm just a man because I'm trying to sympathize with my elder. Like I say, I still consider him my elder. Why? He was part of One West.
Right.
This is where he came from.
And without One West,
There wouldn't be a
all the
lot of
brothers,
teachers.
even us that's sitting right here teaching now, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them brothers.
Now, mind you, I'll be teaching, but I wouldn't have the understanding. I'll be like Yah Judah. No understanding at all. Out here talking about I'm the Christ. Because at one point, your boy thought he was one of the what's the people at the end of the book?
What?
In Revelations. What's the people at the end of Revelations, man? The two witnesses. I thought I was one of the witnesses, man. So that's what I'm saying. Without understanding, you will have some bugged out info. On top of it, mind you, I'm coming to the understanding of what I'm doing, and I'm smoking. So guess what's going to happen? So wild spirits are going to come up here and think you somebody.
That vain imagination.
That's what that was, a vain imagination.
Boy.
But again, if it weren't for these brothers teaching, I wouldn't have been able to find the light of Zion. You feel me? You wouldn't have been able to find Tahar dealing with GLM. Sakari came from that. So to have all these people that's try to downplay this, man, when y'all literally sat up in these classes and these men came out and now this is what we got. This was all organized by the Most High. At the end of the day, because will we be able to sit here today and talk about the Most High? Nope. Everybody be somewhere else doing what they do and going according to their own understanding. Probably start another church.
Or probably end up in jail, or probably end up dead.
Yeah, you'll probably be like your boy down there in Miami, called Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You're thinking you the Christ. He thought he was the Christ. We had a brother thinking he was the comforter. Here I go, thinking I'm one of the witnesses. I had to go here, because dude, you gotta understand, I sold everything I had. I started getting rid of everything. I was about to literally walk up the coast, walk around like the dude did coming from New York. You feel me? Just walk. Talking about the word of the Most High. And yes, the Most High told me to do this, and I'm walking. Get me a boat, jet ski or something, and travel to Africa on boat, but not by the means of the world boat. I would have went out, got my own boat and traveled that way. You feel me? Got over there and started walking around. Try pulling the people together and doing wild thoughts. Wild thoughts.
Strong, vain imagination.
That was a strong imagination.
That was a strong spirit.
But you gotta understand. You gotta understand, dude. I was looking at so much information. So I'm like, and that was one of my things, but I conquered one of them by going to Israel. Because I sit up there and look at this white dude talking about he done found Sodom and Gomorrah. He done found the Dead Sea where the crossing was at.
Mm-hmm.
The chariots and the horse wheels underneath the ocean. He done found that. The man done found the rock that they set the golden calf on top of, where he came down and beat the calf down, when it was down underneath Mount Sinai. You done found Mount Sinai, man. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
No.
Have y'all seen these videos?
That's hefty.
You never seen these videos?
I think I saw the one with the chariot running the Red Sea. What's it called?
The Red Sea crossing?
Yeah, because they had like chariot wheels and one with algae and stuff on it.
Yes.
I saw that one. I think I saw
Yes. The man found the pillar on one side that it said something, but on the other side it was scratched out because they didn't want to have the information out there like that. Somebody came up to this pillar. This here is where Moses crossed at. On one side of the river, and on the other side, this is where he came through at.
That's disrespectful as hell for somebody to do that, though.
Well, why? Dude, mind you, some of these spots, they got roped off with chains and big fences so nobody can go there and see this stuff. Because if you're able to see these things, you'll be like,
it's a lot. Isn't Mount Sinai still guarded to this day? It has a big gate, like a big fence around the whole mountain, and there's guards with live ammunition holding assault rifles still to this day.
'Cause
So
they
that
don't want you
commandment
to
is still
see.
being kept, that nobody should go up that mountain.
No, it ain't the reason why that is doing that. They're doing that because if you be able to look at this mountain, see how the top of this mountain has been burnt, knowing that this is where the Most High came down and spoke with the children of Israel at, and around the corner you got the 7 wells with the palm trees, dude.
A lot of people don't believe God is real, because today a lot of people don't believe God.
They don't believe God is real, but don't let this truth escape my mouth. Let's dive in a couple more, man. Law, verse 89. The law.
89. Forever, O Most High, thy word is settled in heaven.
Say that again.
Forever, O Most High, thy word is settled in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Thy faithfulness is unto all generations. Thou hast established the earth, and it abideth.
He established the earth and it by. Now we can say this and read this, but again, his word is established in heaven. The word has been established. You can't go against it. That's why these stories in here, they don't want you to know about it. As we just talk about all these great wonders of the world, come on, man. Let's keep going. Read the next verse for me.
They continue this day according to thine ordinances.
Mm-hmm.
For all are thy servants.
Paul, what's the all he's talking about that is his servants? Mm-mm. The ordinances that he set that's still here today, all of those are his servants.
The things.
The things. The water.
The sun,
The water, the
stars
moon, the stars, all the stuff he created
is a servant.
is his servants as well. They're doing what they're told to do. The wind, the rain, the clouds, everything. We were just talking about this because now you got some brothers that believe the new moon and the Sabbath is according to the moon. Some brothers believe that there can't be 13 months in a year, even though the scripture never said it's only 12 months. You feel me? But one of the things that you go by when it comes to dealing with the high holy days is the harvest. Wheat grows and they understand when it shall grow and when it cannot grow. Wheat is supposed to be cut at Pentecost for your first fruits. Wheat also, you're supposed to be able to get wheat when you're doing your making your unleavened cakes. So if you plant it at a certain time and it grows and it knows when to grow because it's in the earth, it grows by itself. When it's cold, it knows, no, I can't just break free just yet. I need to wait. When springtime come up, that's when I'll go ahead and start
blooming and flourishing, right?
But we got some brothers that literally celebrated their new moon, their new year, and their Passover in the wintertime.
That's the point.
Not knowing that, dude, you didn't even look to what the Most High put here. And look at that and see when that grows. That's an indicator of when you should do it or not. The water, sis. So we got to understand the Most High put stuff here for us to look like. Just how way he put the moon and its ordinances, but some brothers look at the moon and say, no, this is when it starts. It's when it's full. Some brothers say, no, when it's dark. This is when it starts.
Right.
But we look at the scriptures because his word has already been established. We look at the scriptures and the scriptures are going to point us to it. Trying to get the brother to understand that, dude, there's 2 Sabbaths in 1 week. No, it ain't. It's not. No, it ain't. Christ died on the Passover. You feel me? He got hung. They hanged him on the Passover. Right or wrong? That's a Sabbath, right?
Right.
2 days later, they said, we got to take him down because our Sabbath is coming in. What Sabbath is this they're talking about now? If you're saying that your Sabbath day starts on the new moon, 14 days from that is your Passover. You saying that is your Sabbath, your Shabbat. Now, if Christ got hung on the Shabbat, he sat down, broke bread, had the lamb, got ready to go into the feast of leaven, the unleavened weeks. What's the word?
Feast of
Feast of unleavened bread.
Right.
You feel me? But 2 days later, Then 3 days later, we got to take him down because our Sabbath is coming in. What is that telling you? He was up there. He letting you know we cannot have this man hanging up here when our Sabbath day is coming in. We got to go ahead and do what we got to do because our day of preparation is here. But we just had one. That there escapes the mind for some. But I digress, man. I digress. Let's jump into Ma, 97.
Verse 97.
Mhm.
Oh, how I love thy law. It is my meditation all the day.
Yep.
Though through thy commandments hast made me wiser than mine enemies, for they are ever with me.
Wait, whosoever with him? The enemies are forever with him. But he's wiser than the enemies because of the laws of the Most High. Dive in that later. Let's jump to the next one.
I have more understanding than all my teachers, for thy testimonies are my meditation.
Pause. Go to the Nah. Verse 105. Ma Nah.
Verse 105.
Yep.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet,
Mm-hmm.
and a light onto my path.
This is how we're going to light our way and how we know where to go. The Nah. The Nah. This is what lights our way.
Come. I have sworn and I will perform it,
Mhm.
that I will keep thy righteous judgments. Salah. I am afflicted very much. Quicken me, O Most High, according unto thy word.
Pause right there. Now, I hope by now everybody get the understanding that it's going to constantly keep repeating itself. Light my paths, light my feet, show me which way I shall go. These commandments make me wise. This is my understanding. Don't have this understanding. Leave me. You feel me? Let's jump down to verse 113.
Come, 113.
Mm-hmm.
Come. I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I love.
Paul. So he's letting you know I do go off because I'm having vain thoughts. I'm having sinful thoughts. I'm having thoughts about, because he just recently said, I meditate on your commandments day in and day out. Right or wrong?
Come.
And in the midst of you meditating on the law, stuff is going to try to enter in. You're around your enemies all day, so people going to get you out of your space. Get back on that stone hewn from out of the earth. You feel me? Read the next verse for me.
Come. Verse 114. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word.
This is what we can hide at any given day. We can hide within the scriptures. And you got your mind constantly on the scriptures, this is where you hide at. Let's jump down to the I, verse 121.
Come. Verse 121. I have done judgment and justice. Leave me not to mine oppressors.
The things he done, he don't want his oppressors to try to do to him. Read the next one for me.
Be surety for thy servant for good. Let not the proud oppress me.
Do what?
Let not the proud oppress me.
The proud is the other people oppressing him. Don't let these other nations get to oppress him like he has done. But we didn't oppress like that. We did it in righteousness' sake. So, but you want to keep going or cut it there? Cut it there. We part two.
Part two.
Part two to next week, y'all. Part two on this next week. So, okay, family, we about to cut it there. We're going to hit part two next week. I'm going to try to put some other stuff together dealing with these alphabets. See if I can get this modern alphabet broke down for us and get the images and stuff up. Put together a quick display. But with that, family, I say shalom to water for everybody logging in with us here at the Light of Zion. I'm trying to see what can I go out with. What can I lead the people with? What can I lead the people with as I dive into? Let me see. Again, family, check out the brother, the Shivani show. My bad. He breaking down the Hebrew. I'm gonna see if he got another video that's nice and powerful. No, I don't see that right now. But the water again, family, for logging in. Again, like I say, check out the Savannah Show next week. We're going to break down some more Hebrew, dealing with the letters. Again, the water.
Standing tall, looking good, just like an Israelite should. That's what's happening, family. It is that time again. Passover time. Passover in South Florida. I'm your Chief Minister Shadamar for the Light of Zion, and I got with me the captain of captains, Captain Amawan Bunloya Bun Yasharala, and we're cordially inviting all Hebrew Israelite born to celebrate the Lord's Passover with the Light of Zion, April the 2nd, down in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. April the 2nd, down in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, the exact venue is to be announced, but we want the family to get prepared to come down to South Florida, the Fort Lauderdale area, and enjoy the Passover with your brothers and sisters at the Light of Zion. The contact information is below on the screen. Call that number, email that address, and we will get the information, the details, the pricing, and everything to you right away. But we are hosting the Lord's Passover here in South Florida with the Light of Zion and all the families that are down here. Kwam Yasharala.